I'm Jason UFC, and today we have a story about UFC lightweight contender Justin Gaethje reveals the opponent who he was actually scared walking into the octagon to fight against. Justin Gaethje reveals a matchup he was scared going into. If there's one thing number 3 ranked UFC lightweight contender Justin Gaethje is not known for, it's showing his fear. The highlight, that's his name. Justin Gaethje is notorious for living up to his nickname. I didn't know his nickname was the highlight. Putting on some of the most violent spectacles the UFC fans have ever seen, despite a respectable collegiate wrestling pedigree. Justin Gaethje rarely goes for the takedown, instead relying on his explosive striking to get the job done. Justin Gaethje got himself back into the win column. What do you mean back into the win column? Hold on. After 3 rounds of predictable, action-packed battle. Hold on. Wasn't his last victory over Michael Chandler, right? Wasn't that a victory? So I'm not going to read the rest of that because I'm a casual and I'm pretty sure Justin Gaethje's on a 2-fight win streak because he beat Chandler and he beat Fiziev. Despite Fizie's deadly headhunting and Muay Thai prowess, Justin Gaethje did not seem afraid heading into their war. There was a fighter in 2019 who he set the alarm bells ringing for the former UFC interim lightweight champion. One of the few times I've actually been scared. Wow. On March 30th, 2019, Justin Gaethje locked horns with Edson Barbosa at UFC on ESPN2. Edson Barbosa, really? Justin Gaethje turned plenty of heads when he absolutely rocked Barbosa with a killer punch halfway through round 1. The fatal shot secured the knockout victory for him and the second in the 4-fight win streak that led to the famous showdown with then UFC lightweight champion Khabib Nurmagomedov at UFC 284, where he got taken into the deep part of the ocean, as Khabib said. Despite his dominant performance, Justin Gaethje recently confirmed he was actually afraid heading into this battle. One of the few times I've been scared walking into the fight was against Barbosa. Wow, watching him body people, he said was definitely in the back of my mind. Wow, how about that? That's respect to Bobo. Justin Gaethje, he said watching him, right, like body people, I literally was thinking about that, right? Like, this guy could literally hurt me. That's interesting, right? Okay, we don't have to even go into the rest of it. But yeah, I mean, I was thinking of a lot of Justin Gaethje's opponent names. I didn't know, I didn't think, sometimes you get some of these and they say people outside of the UFC, but Justin Gaethje says Dustin, he says Edson Barbosa, right? That's interesting. Edson Barbosa, also known for his leg kicks, right? Maybe that part of the game, Justin Gaethje was a little bit concerned with. Obviously, the spinning back kick from Edson Barbosa, but Edson Barbosa definitely known for some heavy leg kicks. But yeah, I mean, even though Justin Gaethje did knock out Edson Barbosa, that's interesting. I didn't think he would say a few names that he has fought, like that he was actually afraid. But I'm pretty sure some people had, I don't know if, like Khabib, I don't know if some people would have said Khabib, right? I don't, was he a scary fighter? In many ways, maybe you could say someone like Khabib, right? He's not the most violent person in the world, but I think there's part of you had to pay much respect to Khabib Nurmagomedov. He was undefeated, and like I said before that fight, Khabib promised to take Justin Gaethje into the deep end of the ocean. Khabib Nurmagomedov did end up choking out Justin Gaethje. But yeah, let me know your opinion of this story. Did you have it that Justin Gaethje was going to pick Edson Barbosa as the fighter that he was literally scared going into the fight. I don't think. See, did he say afraid? It says one of the few times I've been scared. See, I don't. Did they say afraid? I felt like I said afraid earlier, right? Let me see. It says he was scared walking into the fight. Because I feel like scared and afraid are like almost two different things. Like, I think this was just more like it wasn't afraid, you know, where he was just scared. Like he says, in the back of his mind, Justin Gaethje was like, this guy bodies people, right? Like Edson Barbosa, if he puts your lights out, he's gonna like literally put your light. You know, it's not like a TKO. The referee's gonna get in there and stop it. Like he catches you with something, you basically, you know, I think Justin Gaethje was just thinking like, listen, if this guy does a spinning back kick, I'm like there's no tapping out or, you know, referee TKO. I'm literally going to get KO'd, right? You know, there's a big difference between a TKO and getting up and yelling at the referee for stopping the fight a little too early and literally waking up a few seconds later like, what happened? What happened? Right? And Edson Barbosa was definitely, in 2019, respectfully known for, you know, putting people lights out. So I could understand Justin Gaethje saying, you know, Edson Barbosa, he wasn't afraid to fight him. He didn't say that. He would just real recognize real and, you know, walking into the octagon. You know, I'm pretty sure before the octagon door closed and things like that. But once he got into the octagon, it's just, you know, business. It's like, okay, let's go. But I'm pretty sure walking to the cage, heading up, you know, fight week, heading up, the stare down, looking, you know, all of that, the anxiety of, okay, man, this guy could really put me out. And then once the cage doors close, then you become like, okay, now it's on. You know, it's like, okay, you know, I was afraid, you know, I wasn't afraid, I was scared. The moment comes and it's like, okay, let's go, right? And then Justin Gaethje ended up finishing Edson Barbosa. But real recognize real, Edson Barbosa was a great MMA fighter, a very dangerous fighter in his day. So I can understand why Justin Gaethje was, you know, feeling the way he felt before, you know, a 2019 fight versus Edson Barbosa, right? I definitely can understand that. But I'm Jason, UFC. Today we have a story about Justin Gaethje reveals he was actually scared walking into a fight against Edson Barbosa in 2019. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the $1 donation button, and please tune in to the next video on this channel. Thanks a million for watching.